Let's see what's up here then. Let's walk into a light. To a new way the upper hall. Or abandoned stairwell in the... Is this Matter Park? Who would have guessed those underground tunnels would split out somewhere like this? Seems like network passages are here, bigger than Belhard's underground walkway. Hey, Elliot, think one. Oh, sorry, I was listening to a sonata. Who look like students. Oh, they seem exceptionally skilled for their age. Oh, they are, I'm proud to know them. Would you mind if I went over and said hi? What is this place anyway? Crystal Garden. Oh, sorry. Your Crystal Garden's closed for the day. This can be a future plot point, I'm sure. You couple. Can I buy something off you, mate? What you got? Apple juice, orange juice. And golden juice. Wait. Elliot? Elliot, you're back! Great to see you again, Morris. Ron? Kalinka? Feels like forever since you've been around. You seem like you're doing well. So who are your friends? We're Elliot's classmates from Thors. Pleasure to meet you. Seems we're all about the same age as well. You're Elliot's hometown friends then. Which school uniform is that? We're students at the Music Academy. Yes, academy that puts the main focus on music. The school itself is on the outskirts. A lot of famous musicians have graduated from there. The academy also plays a concert they hold during some festival. Passed over them for a day and we're adding a little polish. Oh right, which does seem like a perfect place to practice. Yeah, can't believe how good you've gotten, Bo. Well, we have been practicing and practicing hearing songs in my sleep now. So true. Guess we're pretty disappointed if after all that we weren't at least getting better. I wish you were here with Music Academy with us. I don't misunderstand. Thors has really good reputation and all. So you're still practicing violin? Yeah, in club practice. Ended up joining Academy's wind orchestra actually. I'm glad to hear it. You were really good. I hate to hear you'd given it up. So, we'll get another chance to play together someday. Yeah, we'd like that. Well, is that time already? We've barely gone back to the academy. I do admire your dedication to your craft. If you got free time, it'd be great to hear if you come and see you perform at a concert. It goes to you too, more merrier. That's nice to see, Rose. Elliot. Hey, are you... Oh no, it's not that. Anyway, how about we swing by the hotel? That night, after enjoying a wonderful meal, we invited her to Elliot's room.
Whoa.
This is incredible.
You could open a shop with all the instruments here.
A piano, violins, wind instruments, a robust percussion section. I'm assuming the papers in the cabinet are all sheet music?
There's no way you can call this just a hobby.
Yeah, coming in here, this must look like some rabid obsession to you guys. You know, my mom was a pretty famous pianist. Being raised around music like that, my sister and I ended up sharing her love of music.
Really? Looking at all this, I can see why
Still, why didn't you go to the same school as the people we met earlier?
Fee?
Wait, Fee, that's not...
Don't worry about it. I'm sure this comes as... But I'd originally planned to attend the music...
Oh.
My sister and I grew up listening to our mom play the piano. Dad was more the strong, stoic type. Didn't know much about music, but he was head over heels in love with her. Our home was always filled with the sound of music, and it kept our family smiling together. But 7 years ago, Mom got really ill. After her death, my sister and I both wanted to follow in her footsteps. She enrolled at the music academy and began working toward a career as a pianist. Naturally, I tried to do the same, but Dad wouldn't hear of it. It's one thing to have it as a hobby, but the idea of a man of the Empire making his living through music is absurd. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, he just shook his head and refused to listen. Then he started recommending one military academy after another, trying to push me toward a career in the army. Eventually, I didn't have much choice. I had to give up my dream of attending the music academy. I hated him for it. I'm no good at fighting. But after some research, I found one academy, Thors, offered plenty of music-related classes. And that about half of its graduates end up in careers outside the military. In the end, I met him halfway and chose to enroll at Thors. Kinda pathetic, huh? Then there's me, who'd rather be on a stage than a battlefield. For a while, I started to think that maybe my passion for music had kinda cooled off. But I'm still full of regrets about the music academy. Oh, I wish I could just crawl into a hole right now.
So that's how you ended up at Thors.
I had no idea.
Do you regret it? Coming to Thors and all?
Huh? Why would I?
So, you don't?
Life at the academy keeps me busy, but I still have time to perform with the wind orchestra after class is out. And I feel like I really broaden my horizons every time we go on a field study. Honestly, I feel like I get more out of Thors than if I had just enrolled at the music academy without much thought. Maybe it's because whether I decide I want to be a musician or do something else totally different, I'll at least have the chance to choose what I want.
Elliot.
Wow. You've really given this a lot of thought.
You really are strong, Elliot.
I wish I thought so too. I still feel jealous when I see my friends who went to the music academy putting their heart and soul into their music. But even with that, I've got no regrets about coming to Thors. Besides, if I hadn't come, I never would have met you guys, would I?
Such
How
a big
can you
softy.
say that with a straight face?
Maybe he's just oblivious.
I didn't think I was saying anything particularly embarrassing.
I'd figured that most people would blush saying something like that.
Still, this is Elliot we're talking about.
You're the last person who should be saying that, Rean. Actually, I just remembered.
Oh?
What is it?
Remember the summer festival concert my friends said they're going to be performing in? Back when my mom was still alive, she performed in it, and my sister played in it 5 years ago too. So I was really hoping that I'd be able to...
Sweet tells me that's still in your future, mate. Can't believe it's already past 9. Ended up staying at Elliot's house longer than I thought. So now I'm running along green fields today. Realise how big the city is. I'm going to slip tomorrow's tasks right into a girl's mailbox, right? Or more reason we should finish up our report and hit the sack early. What's wrong, you two? You tired of something? You've been awfully quiet. No, not really. However, listening to Elliot finally showed me what I must do. Fee, I challenge you to a duel. What? Okay. Tonight, right? Yeah, tonight. Fee won't be able to sleep until this has been resolved. Hold on a minute. Where did this come from? A duel? What are you talking about? Exactly what it sounds like. But you know, we faced each other in a single combat to determine a victor. Are you kidding me? Listen, well, you can't do it in a populated area like this. Especially not at night. You wake the whole neighbourhood. Oh, a park we were at. Meter Park, I think. The capital might have a heady nightlife. That's no excuse to cause a commotion. Park's scenery, there's almost mystical air in it. Maybe that gazebo we came out of earlier.
Ah, what a pleasant evening.
It's pretty relaxing.
No denying those two have some surprising similarities.
I don't see any people in this area,
I'm
Park.
fine with you if
All right, Fee. If I win this duel, I want you to tell me about your past. Your personal history. At first, there was something about your strength that I couldn't bring myself to accept. From the moment we first met, I could tell you were holding back. And considering your build, your combat proficiency is extraordinary. It's simply too far removed from what I've come to know through following the way of the sword.
No doubt.
Really? Yeah. All things considered, Fee's strength is totally improbable for someone her size.
To add to that, you were once part of a Jaeger Corps. I can't say I've ever thought of the Jaegers in a particularly favorable light. If one defines knighthood as the way of the virtuous, how can the path of the Jaeger be seen as anything but corrupt? I came to believe that because we'd been raised with such strongly opposing values, I could not accept you. However, I was mistaken. After hearing Elliot's story, I asked myself again why it was that I felt such resistance to fighting alongside you. I tried to ascertain my own feelings, slowly and carefully. And that was when I finally realized, during all these months we spent together, I've known deep down that you were worthy of my trust. Our values had nothing to do with that judgment. It came from my heart alone. But in
I'm
my
liking this look at Fee and Laura.
I refused to acknowledge that one simple truth. In my heart, I had already deemed you worthy of trust. Yet in my mind, I still couldn't see past our incompatibilities. I suspect that contradiction was what prevented us from using our Arcus to fight as one.
So, that's how it was. Did you know about this?
Yeah. I noticed during our fight with that monster earlier.
You weren't the only one who thought we couldn't get along. You live your life so honestly. I guess somewhere along the way I'd given up on you ever accepting me.
I see.
Still, what does this have to do with wanting to know about my past? Why do you want to know?
It's very simple, really. I want to know because I like you.
What are you?
I find it frustrating when I'm not able to understand those I've taken an interest in or have a high opinion of. I felt like this several months ago with Rean, and I feel the same way now. That's why I want to know your history. I want to know what shaped you into who you are now. That said, this is simply an act of self-indulgence on my part. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's our lore, all right.
You really are something else. It's fine. I don't mind telling you. But taking your spoils by force is the Jaeger's way through and through. Is that okay with you?
It's fine. Because I have no intention of thinking of my reward as a spoil of battle. I'd much rather consider it an honor, bestowed for a hard-won victory.
Fine by me.
You just talk things out.
All right, I'll officiate your duel. Neither of you need to hold anything back. If I think it's getting too dangerous, I'll step in and stop the fight.
Very well.
Thanks.
Go!
Shatter! Target locked. Here.
Impressive.
Same to you.
Then I won't hold back. Allow me to show my strongest skill learned from my father.
Then I'll show you my strongest. Learned it from the boss himself.
That's enough!
I couldn't even tell who won.
I feel bad saying this after volunteering to be the judge, but as far as I could tell, it was a draw.
Really?
Well, I suppose it is what it is. I'll simply have to continue my training and challenge you again another time. And don't forget, I still wish to duel you as well.
Wait, why me?
Honestly.
Actually, I lost this one.
Huh?
Jaegers are at our best when we fight at night. The darkness gives us an edge. But even after I threw out a flash grenade, the duel still ended in a draw. If we'd fought during the day, I would have lost.
That's
She has a point.
Well then.
very well. I'll accept this victory.
Well, anyway.
I guess the two of us should go for...
I don't mind if you listen. Is that fine with you, Laura?
I have no objections. We're all in this together.
Okay. I used to be part of a Jaeger corps called Zephyr. Before that, my earliest memories are of explosions and battlefields. I found myself wandering in a war-torn hotspot on the outskirts of some country I never even knew the name of. Jaeger corps threw themselves into battle for the highest bidder day after day, while I wandered alone. The man who eventually took me in called himself the Jaeger King. He was the leader of Zephyr. He was middle-aged, crafty, stubborn, and lucky. He always seemed so carefree, but he never let his guard down. To me, though, he was the closest thing to a father I've ever had. The other members of Zephyr had their quirks, but they were all nice to me. As time went on, I started helping with the cleaning, the cooking, the packing. During my free time, they started teaching me all kinds of skills I'd need to survive on the battlefield. One thing led to another, and I ended up fighting in my first real battle. I was 10, I think. The boss was reluctant, but after the others persuaded him, he made me a full-fledged member of the group. For the next few years, we lived and fought together. I even picked up a nickname like some career Jaegers do. Sylphide. We roamed all across the continent together. There were hard times. Times when we thought we might not live through the night, but we always did. Together. Until last year, when our boss died. It was a clash with another Jaeger Corps, the Red Constellation. People used to say they were the only other Jaeger Corps in West Zemuria who could match us. Their leader, a guy they called the War God, had been on bad terms with our boss for years. Eventually, the War God and the Jaeger King decided to settle things with one big duel. They kept going for 3 days and 3 nights. In the end, they both fell. After that, the Zephyr I'd grown up with disbanded. All the members who were left just kind of scattered. Then...
After that, you ended up coming to the...
Yep. Just when I was wondering what I'd do next, Sarah showed up. She said she'd been following the situation between Zephyr and the Red Constellation. That's how we first met. I told her about what happened, and she dragged me to the academy. She introduced me to the principal, and after that, well, you know the rest.
That's quite a history. Listening to you tell your story really brings into focus how limited my view of the world has been. But I feel like I finally know you. There's still so much more I want to learn, of course, but at least this gives me a base to build on. How about it? Care to mix things up a little?
Oh. Let's do it.
Now wait just a minute.
I guess I've had this coming since...
Well, it's at your discretion. I doubt either of us has the energy to fight.
But we'll give it a try.
You gotta be kidding me!
Come on. This is a... Let's just think of this...
But I don't intend to hold back, so I expect no less.
You have my things.
Here we go.
I'm not going to hold back.
Fine, I'll do it.
Wait, we're playing Law and Fee, not Rean and... Okay.
Okay. Here.
Of course. Off guard. Speed.
Roger. Okay. Here we go. I'll handle it. Now.
An opening. Right.
This is so ridiculous.
I'll handle it. Got it.
An opening. Of course.
Should have seen that coming.
We should keep going. We did it.
Uh-huh.
It's like they're off in their own little world.
Well, we are combat sexual.
I think we've just witnessed the birth of an unstoppable duo.
Hey, what are you four doing?
Uh-oh.
Students, are you...
We received reports of a group causing a terrible racket.
Please, sir, there's a perfectly reasonable...
We're very sorry. We tried to minimize the disturbance to others, but it seems we weren't totally successful there.
Perhaps dueling in the park.
Maybe the underground tunnels would...
You know, it's a little late for such deep insights. Don't just act like you're some innocent...
Of course I get a link up. Makes perfect sense, to be honest.
Drinks are on me someday.
On to 25th.
Huh? Are they all still asleep? It's almost...
Oh, it's you, Elliot. Sorry, we didn't mean to keep you waiting.
What's wrong?
You might say we had a...
Look at these geriatrics. On the other hand, as you can see, we have gusto to spare. Isn't that right, Fee?
And you call yourselves men?
How can you two just waltz around like that after last night?
Oh, just...
Wow.
What the heck did you guys do? The two of you look like you've been chased around town by wolves, but...
Yeah, we'll catch you up on that. First things first. Let's grab the list.
Oh, that's what happened yesterday. And you have our apologies. After listening to you talk about your resolve yesterday, jumped my own. Simply couldn't wait any longer. We'll treat it to something later. Consider yourselves lucky you didn't have to endure 2 hours of police questioning afterwards like we did. That's why it all seems so tired. Yeah, not a lack of sleep that gets you, it's a mental fatigue. So did you receive another packet of tasks? Yep. So that's our tasks. We have... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's going to be going into the tunnels underneath that area. Made for walking. Ooh. This reminds me of that quest in Trails of Sky 2, I think it was? 1? Testing out Stragas. And Heimdall Port Monster. Okay. Thank you very much for breakfast. Time to get started. These jobs aren't going to do themselves. You know what's also not going to do themselves? Same this episode and end the game. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Join me again next time for some more Trials of Cold Steel. Until then, bye-bye.